world over, wherever you are, in the different countries, in the different continents, in the different time zones. It's indeed a great, great privilege that we all meet every day. And from the journey, what we have taken during this pandemic, during this coronavirus, we hope you all are taking care of your health, your wellness, your friends, your family, your neighbors, your community, your society, your civilization. Wherever you are, please look after yourself. If you are fine, the world is fine. First, take care of your health and then take care of others. This afternoon, when I say afternoon, it's morning also somewhere, it's afternoon also, it's evening also, it's early evening also, it's a late evening also. So it's a green day for everybody because nature is taking care of everyone. And particularly during this pandemic coronavirus, the nature has put all of us in respective residences and it has regenerated and revived itself completely. So, ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, as far as Indian Standard Time is concerned, is 34 minutes past 12 p.m. in the afternoon. That's a beautiful sunny day. It's a wonderful day, and it's Wednesday. And we extend a very hearty welcome to all of you on 21st of October 2020. We have got a very distinguished guest with us this afternoon, Dr.Meenakshi Sood, ma'am. We extend a very hearty welcome to her. She is the Associate Professor at NITTTR, Chandigarh. When I talk about NITTTR, people, those are watching abroad, you may say it's the National Institute of Technical Teachers Training. So thereby, I just thought that all of us, we should be on the common frequency. She has been very kind to spare some of her precious time to share her vision with all of us this afternoon. So we extend a very hearty welcome. And at present, when we are talking about new education policy, the National Education Policy 2020, which has come after 34 years, great regards and gratitudes to the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Honorable Education Minister of India, and the entire education fraternity, what we have got in India. Those, all the stakeholders, they are putting their best, they are putting their best of efforts to make this particular policy now implementable. So there are three stages. First was the policy desired. Now the policy has come. After policy, we are coming to the second stage, implementation of the policy. And then there will be the third stage, that is monitoring the policy. So making education relevant, आइए शिक्षा को प्रासंगिक बनाएं. It's a global confluence of the intellectuals, and one of the intellect today from the most beautiful city in India, that's called Chandigarh. It's a green city, it's a serene city, it's a wonderful city, it's a wonderful people, the architecture, the art, craft, cuisine, everything. And on the top of everything, it's a wonderful, wonderful people. Those are right over here. It's in the foothill of the Shivaliks, that is the mountains I talk about. And beyond, when I go, there's a beautiful state called Himachal Pradesh. Madam basically originates from that beautiful state, and at present with the NITTTR right over here in the city beautiful Chandigarh. Today she is going to talk with us artificial intelligence, which is a buzzword nowadays. Everybody is talking about artificial intelligence. And particularly when we talk about artificial intelligence, what's its relevance in future of education? That's what, ladies and gentlemen, we all are. So on behalf of International Chamber for Service Industry, we extend a very warm welcome, hearty welcome. And it's a proud privilege. People, those are joining us from India or abroad, wherever you are, it's a pleasure to have all of you with us. During this pandemic, like doctors, nurses, paramedical people, they are great warriors. Similar way, all the educators, technocrats, counselors, teachers, people, those are directly, indirectly with the education system, they are putting their best of efforts how to keep education relevant, how to reach out every child, and how to reach out worldwide, seamless connectivity. There should not be a digital divide, and that's the way. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's make education relevant. It's a privilege this afternoon, Dr. Meenakshi Sood, ma'am, Associate Professor at the NITTTR Chandigarh. We extend her a very hearty welcome. She's a senior member of IEEE as well. And if you recollect, last complete Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you got the Vice President of Tata Consultancy Services. You got the head of the IEEE in India, and all of them, they have been coming through the Tata Group in this particular program. So she's a senior member of the IEEE, that is lifetime member of International Association of Engineers, lifetime member of Institute of Engineers. When I talk about, ladies and gentlemen, she's also she has got a research interest, curriculum development, digital signal processing, and image processing. And besides that, when you talk about machine learning, and then multirate and adaptive signal processing, nature inspired algorithms. Everybody nowadays talks about mathematics and algorithm and Sanskrit language. And then the soft computing techniques. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, women empowerment. When we talk about sustainable development goal number 4, it's towards education. Sustainable development goal number 5, that's women empowerment. So we extend a very hearty welcome to Dr. Meenakshi Sood, ma'am, and we drop the curtains. And it's a pleasure to have you, ma'am. It's a pleasure. Thank you very much for sparing your time and to be with us today. And we are looking forward to, because artificial intelligence is a live subject nowadays, new education policy 2020, artificial intelligence, and how do you see the future roadmap as far as the education empowerment is concerned. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Meenakshi Sood.
Thank you so very much. I'm so delighted and I'm so thankful to Dr. Gulshan for giving me such an introduction. Now I'm feeling as if I don't know what I am. you have, you always provide a platform for the person that he's always on the seventh floor. Anyway, thank you so very much, Dr. Gulshan. And it is a great privilege for me to be part of this. I've been connected with this making education relevant since I think May or June when you started this. And I look forward to your all these webinars, especially Saturdays, Sundays, and it's a great job you are doing, not only to the education fraternity but to the entire world. I would say you have brought the entire world together in a, like it's in a fist now, and making not only the education relevance but also the what all topics you are covering about Buddhism, about the Gita, and all the ethical human values. You have not left any I think any of the topic you have not left, that you have given the such a platform to each and every one of us. So I'm so privileged to be part, to just to add an iota of information to this world of knowledge which you have brought up. So a very good afternoon to each and one all connected with us on this platform. And as sir rightly said, good morning to someone's, good evening to someone's, and it is for the first time that I'm feeling like that, yeah, I'm talking to the entire world with the different time zones. So grateful. So not taking much of the time from for all of you, I would like to first start my presentation while I talk about the new education policy, because it has been formulated and presented to our country people, and it is going to bring a sea change in the future education. And we people, because we are from the education fraternity, the onus lies on us, that how we interpret it, how we because it has been just formulated, but how we go in for the implementation, the practical application, and how we are going to lay down a very strong foundation for our coming generations, because now it is totally on us. The previous education policies we have been working on, and we have been providing the knowledge, the the all the plethora of knowledge which we are providing to our students, so that they come up into the society, into the market for the jobs excellently. But now we are talking about a new education policy which is entirely, it provides an entirely new vision of the education. So dear friends, I would just like to introduce just a small background. Like we all know that we Indians were dominated by so many of the external agencies, or I would say, okay, in the British Raj. So one quote I want to quote from Mahatma Gandhi's speech in Round Table Conference. He said that the British tree of education was cut down by British. And because of this, India became more illiterate than it was 100 years ago. We all know the rich culture, the rich education which we Indians have, the zero, coming out of zero, the decimal system, the medical system, the naturopathy, you name anything, any sphere, and we, our forefathers, our ancestors, our all scientists, everything was there, even the plastic surgery, everything was there. But because of this delegitimization by the British Raj, our Indian education system was thrown aback. No doubt, the so many steps were taken by them again, like Macaulay education system and other education changes were brought, but they were not sufficient to bring our Indian education system to that particular level where we were. So it took us now almost 70 years to come up with a transformational change in our education system to make our growing generation, our youth, our kids, our students, to compete to a world education level. So when we are seeing, we are aspiring for a developing India, for the digital India, then we have come up for that. We have come up with a new education policy and with a gap of around 34 years. So when I talk, if I want to talk about the what is the future of education, I have to talk about first something about what this national education policy is, because it is totally transformation. Because I believe, see, not only believe, it is true fact that the education plays a very significant and remedial role in the country's socio-economic framework. When we talk about the education, we are not only talking about getting a degree or just learning and just understanding the things and the concepts, but it is a main focus, it's the platform for improving and balancing the country's entire framework, whether it is societal, whether it is economical, whether it is financial. Each and every arena you talk about is related to the education. So why we're talking so much about this new education policy? Because there were certain problems in the present education system. I'm not going in details about it, because we are already the part of it, and every education system have some plus minus attached to it. I think when we'll go with the implementation of this new education policy, and we'll see the nitty-gritties of this education policy, then also we may have some plus minus. But because we have been dealing with this present education system, so we can talk more elaborately upon what are the negative or what are the positive points of the present education system. So taking into account all the you can say the what we do not want or what we want, and how the future education is moving on, how the world is moving on, and how we Indians want to move along with this world. These problems were taken care of by in formulating this NEP 2020. And the foundation principles is, my dear friends, if you see, is the quality, affordability, equity, access, and accountability. See, if you go through each of these 5 pillars of this NEP, and if you go into details of this, it is a beautiful concept. It is a beautiful amalgamation of the the core qualities which we require in any education system and in any social system. So this new education policy look forward to the future of education, what how we foresee education in our country. We have to revamp the curriculum. We have to revamp the teaching styles. We have to revamp the assessment styles. How we are going to do it? This COVID-19 has provided a platform. In fact, it has helped our new education policy to come up with this online education system. It would have taken few years to develop or to bring this change of bringing the online education system, online teaching, online learning of the student. This is a boon in the bane by this COVID problem, this COVID system, that we are now ready. The students have also started understanding the concept of this and understanding the importance of providing this online education. And we were, no doubt, we were forced, but now we are coming by and by up to the level where we can provide the learning materials, we can provide the infrastructures, we can provide the contents, and there is no limitations of the boundary. Now, like you now presently, you are not required to sit in a 4 walls of a university to understand what is artificial intelligence about, or what this new education policy is all about. The mindset of not only the students, but the mindset of the faculty, of the parents, of the stakeholders have changed. And this is the change which we want in our future education system, that we are not only now limited to a 4 walls of the university, to a particular level of the faculty members. I want to learn artificial intelligence. I do not need one teacher. I have now number of teachers, number of lots of information which are present, which are available, and just only requirement is the zeal in the student, that the student should be ready to learn, and it should be whether it is in the offline mode or whether in the online mode. So future, if you say it is the future, is the blended learning. We have to go for the not only the face-to-face learning, not only the the on-campus learning. We have to move towards a formal education, which will be a hybrid, or I would say, which will be a very seamless in blended information. That is, the learning will be the on like the learner there is a control over the time, over the place, over the pace. I want to learn at the in evening, then I have the information. I can learn in the evening hours. I want to learn sitting in the library. I want to access the information sitting at my place. I want to learn from the teachers or the facilities available in thousands and millions of distance apart institutions. Everything should be available. So no control over time, no control over place, no control over pace. I am a very smart learner. I can move to another level of learning. I am a weak learner. I want to revise certain things. I want to catch hold of certain information. I can go by my pace. Now there is no competition among the pace of this or the cognitive levels or the skills of the student in the class. So this is the future where we are looking towards the problem-based learning, the action-based learning, and activity-based learning. Now we are not constrained to the classroom teaching or the workplace teaching. So for this, if I see what the new education policy has in store for us to bring this future education a reality, that is, we are moving towards the curriculum which will give us a focus on the critical thinking. We have to enhance the ability of our students, the ability of our generation youth to go for the analytical based thinking, the critical thinking we have to see. And we have to make our teaching learning so interactive that a student does not want the student does not have the dependency on the textbook learning. He or she should have that experience, or he or should be given the focus should be on the some exploratory activities in the classroom, so that the students move away from that rote learning and he is subjected to the experiential learning. So we are looking forward for enhancing the cognitive skills of the students, and the main focus will be on the competencies, how we are going to implement this new education policy, how we are going to enhance the cognitive skills of our students, how we are going to integrate the entire personality of a student, not only the education part, but as a human being, as how we are going to emphasize on the what is the competency, how to enhance the scientific aptitude of the student, and then we have to integrate the number of subjects there will be. It is a totally open system. There is no differentiation between the curriculum, cross curriculum, extra curriculum, co-curricular activities. No, there is openness in the arts, science, humanities, any field you think of, that is there. And as I told you, when I say education, I don't mean education only the bookish knowledge. Education means the entire change of the mental aptitude of the student, of the person, along with its mental, physical health, well-being, its human ethics, values. All these things form the part of the education. And for implementation, we are talking about it. We know talking is very easy, but while practically implementing it, we have to take care of how to go for the experiential learning. That is, what innovative pedagogy or the teaching learning processes we have to bring in our present education system, so that we can move towards the future education, which looks for the bagless days, for the integration of the technology. So we have to move towards the quality education. And dear friends, if you see, the future lies in the digital contents, the online courses. We should have such type of seminars. We should have digital repositories. Whatever I'm putting in the education, that should not be confined to my system. That should not be confined to my file works. It should be open for all. The knowledge anybody has, any type of knowledge, it should be open for everyone. And that is only possible when we have that digital infrastructures. We are able to develop that capacity for making the digital contents, and we are there to provide these services to our students. So this is the future which we are going to see. And in India, we are moving to this digital education system. We are trying to bridge the gap, because practically we know we have so many such areas, so many people, so much of population, so much of geographical areas where we do not have such facilities available. So it's a large onus on the not only the governments, but also on our academicians, those who have to put on lot of effort to bridge this gap in education. Because through this technology, through digitization, providing access to all the hooks and corners of our vast country India has to be taken care of. So government has put on lot of efforts in this new education policy, so that they may be able to reach out to the minutest detail of this education policy. So this policy calls for technology driven system. So we have to develop the online platforms. we have to develop the virtual labs, we have to create digital repositories. And when we are teaching, we are talking about the primary education, we need to implement the online assessments, we need to secure the online assessments and the standards, and we have to develop the pedagogy for online teaching and learning. So to revolutionize the Indian education system, we have to go for this hybrid learning, and I call it boundaryless institutions. And all this that we are talking about, that we have to create so platforms, we have to talk about the emerging technologies. And there comes the concept, or that there comes the value of this disruptive technologies, where we are talking about artificial intelligence. So when we are saying artificial intelligence, that is the buzzword. Everybody talks about it. Everybody wants to know about it. Everybody wants to have hold on it, because the future of our education, future of our society, future of our life is going to be with this artificial intelligence. We are going to enter. You might have heard about Industry 4.0 revolution. The whole world is moving in that direction. So when we talk about Industry 4.0, we talk about the education 4.0 also. We talk about the society 4.0, because now it's not a separate entities. It's a amalgamation. It's a blend of each and every part of our life. So artificial intelligence, if I talk about technically, it is that we are trying to emulate the human brain intelligence into the machines. We want to develop such type of machines which can not only work like human beings, but they can think like human beings. They have their intelligence, they can analyze like human beings' intelligence, and they can give the information, or they can access the information. And why there is so much of interest? Why talking about, everybody talks about artificial intelligence? Because it has, like, when the industry 1 or industry 2 revolution came, the solar energy, the thermal energy, light, water, everything was so much new. Like, oh, how can we generate hydroelectricity from the running water? It was so much of a, how we can do that. But now slowly it is a part of our life. We have taken the electricity, the water generation, or the hydroelectric generation. They are the part of our lives, like the internet, the mobile phones. Before Industry 3, before this internet came, we could not think of talking about or having a full computer in our hands. A small computer, nowadays a small mobile is a sort of a computer in our hand. We cannot think of. Similarly, right now we are not able to digest, or we are not able, our human brains are not able to register that how this artificial intelligence is going to affect our lives, but it is going to percolate into our life into such an extent that any field you think of, medicine, you think of human appliances, in the not in the defense, in the sciences, everything, this artificial intelligence is going to percolate. And what is happening, some of things which we are doing it right now, we are doing the online shopping, we are doing the online banking, we are buying the goods, we are booking the accommodation, we are ordering the taxis, we are paying the bills. And some of the people which were not doing it regularly, because of the present pandemic situation, we are forced to it, but now it is part of our life. Earlier, artificial intelligence was just limited to the scientific arena, that is to the technology, but now it has percolating into our lives. We are doing something which has the background of the artificial intelligence, and how we are looking, the future is looking towards it. The self-driven cars, we have already, we have developed, the GE has developed some of the self-driven cars. you don't need a human being, but then you need the intelligence. But I would like to give a very simple example where we require that artificial intelligence does not emulate only the human intelligence, but it has to emulate, or it has to think like human beings. So if I say the self-driven car, it is a very good example when it is moving on a road which is free of any other obstructions. But if let us, I would very, I give this example so many times, that what is lacking in artificial intelligence. Suppose there is a self-driven car, and it is totally very much properly optimized to go on the road, and a red light, it stops on the red light. So the artificial intelligence says, as the light goes green, the car should move at this speed, and the car moves, right? If it is in foreign countries, in US, Europe, where there are no obstructions, the road is clear, the the green signal comes and the car goes on. But in India, suppose, see, not even a child but a dog crosses the car, the artificial intelligence, the signal will say move on because the signal is green. But there comes the human values, those, that intelligence, human intelligence, which is the combination of not only the intelligence but also with the that human part, that even if the signal is green, but if I have to save the life of a puppy, I should stop. So that's what we want in this new era of human intelligence, that is the artificial intelligence. That was a something I went on a different side, but this is, so we are looking towards the blockchain, the digital currencies, which we're talking about. Okay, oh, what's this? But now because of this COVID, again, we will go for this digital currencies. We'll go for these blockchains. So this is the future, dears, the robotics, the everything, every sphere you think of, virtual reality. If I want to make a student understand the what is happening, say, basically I'm electronics, I'm from electronics communication background. So if I want to say, see what is happening in the transistor. So we are just talking about electrons and so many things which we are not able to see. But with the augmented reality, with the virtual reality, if I can get into the system and I can see what, how actually the waves are propagating, how the signals are flowing, right? We are talking on the mobile phone and we know the signals are coming, but we are not able to see it. And you see how wonderful it will be if I get into such a virtual realm, that I will be able to see how the signal is coming, how my mobile phone is catching that signal. Then the not only the knowledge updates, but the you learn so many new things, and the tendency of learning and getting the knowledge also enhances. So it is such a vast arena of the, or you can say vast in the application of artificial intelligence in every field. And you, if I talk about what are the success stories, you can see we have the elder care robots. We are not looking, we are everyone is so busy with their own work, we are not able to take care of our elders. So we have elder care robots, which will not only provide them the facilities, they'll talk to them, they will give them the company to them. Healthcare robots, right? So these are all which have already been developed, which are already there with the help of this artificial intelligence. We know the weather reports we have nowadays. If the weather report says that there is going to rain or going to snow at this particular time, then 99% it goes good. It goes by the report, and that is nothing but the background is artificial intelligence. If I say tsunami is going to come, then also if I say what is the flow of the global market, how the share market is going on to be, everything is the background is the artificial intelligence. And if you see this, they are now the part of it. The Siri, Alexa, All things are part of it. The Google Translator, we need not to type it now. We just speak to our computer, to our mobile, and they perform. We have the we have the intelligent ACs. Now you need not to put your ACs to say 24-degree. Okay, I need 24-degree of temperature, 22-degree temperature. No, we have the artificial intelligence imbibed in our ACs, which will which will just sense what is the thermal scan of the room, where how many persons are sitting, what type of temperature they require, and the AC would itself set to its own temperature. So if I talk about this AI impact, it is going to impact every hook and corner of economy, of social, culture, education, everywhere we are going to have. The day is not far behind, where we have the labors, which will be robots, there will be clerical staffs, there will be health workers, everywhere we will be able to see the robots with artificial intelligence imbibed in them and working for us. So we are talking about this AI in the technology. What about the AI in the education system? How what potential it has in the education system? So if I talk about this, the artificial intelligence is going to help teachers in conducting exams. We are wasting so much, we are putting, not wasting, but we are putting so much of time, so much of effort, so much of man hours we are putting in conducting the exams, putting the question papers, setting the question papers, then checking them, assessing them, until we are done with one set of examinations, another set of exams come over, right? So much of energy and time is going on for conducting these exams. So if we use this artificial intelligence, we'll save that time. We'll save that man hours into some other constructive job. So with this AI powered online, the question bank, if we design an online question bank, the artificial intelligence will itself be able to generate the question paper. Once it is generated, it will be able to assess, it will be able to calculate, it will be able to give you the results. So everything will be done by the artificial intelligence, and there will be very, very less chances of some mistakes or some facts which we as a human being which we can do. And then we make it more secure. We see so many times our examination systems they're always open to question marks. Sometimes some checks, some balances are to be kept, some checks are to be done, some malpractices are always being carried out. So they all can be covered with this artificial intelligence. So if we put in some of things, we are doing it. We are doing the facial recognition, the biometric attendance is there, the voice recognition is there. So with this artificial intelligence, we can go further for removing these malpractices. And then this can help our teachers to improve our teaching techniques. We can put on the quizzes and we can give the dedicated analytics to the batches, to the students on the different topics. We can get the feedback, and teachers actually know that what we need to teach the students. So this will help the teachers for improving their teaching techniques also, which will help the students. Then because of this, as I was talking about, no limitations, and the student will have a control over the pace, over the place, over the timing. So we will have a personalized type of teacher, depending upon the student's learning ability, depending upon the student's capability, depending upon the student's cognitive skill, how much he is able to understand, how much he is able to gather, and how much he is able to apply. Depending on this, every student can have a personalized type of teaching. I can foresee another 10, 20, 20, 30 years, every student will have a robot with him, which will be a personalized teacher, which will be a personalized student, everything. Just 20-30 years, and you will see how this artificial intelligence will make our teaching, make our learning a personalized. Right now also I'm doing the same thing. I want to learn something. I get up at 5:30 and I open the internet. I see where that information is there, where the classes are going on. I can learn that information. Again, I see that next day I'm not able to devote that much of time. I do it in the evening. Similarly, so even the teachers and the students, they are going to take this artificial intelligence for making their teaching and learning a personalized affair. You need not to sit there with a group of 50-60 students with a different pace, with a different skills, different abilities, and you can do it with your own capabilities and own intelligence. And then as an administrator, we can, as a teachers, when we work for we do the administrative tasks, that can also be taken care by the artificial intelligence. The attendance system, we need not to bother about it. We have the facial recognition, we have the biometric attendance system that can be done. So we need to, for the assessing the some other administrative works, that can be done by the artificial intelligence. So this is going to be, in nutshell, we are going to connect now, as Dr. Gulshan has done this, that the entire world is a classroom now. Similarly, this artificial intelligence will be like this entire, the whole world at every time, at every moment, is a classroom. Enter whenever you want, enter to the level wherever, which level you want to go. See the capacity and capability of the teacher who is providing you the information, how they are providing you the, what type of environment they are providing. Enter it, leave it whenever you want, get the information. Everything is, will be, a whole world will be a classroom for you. So I think I will just talk about little about, because I, being an engineer, I cannot leave talking about artificial intelligence and not talking about what innovations in engineering we are looking forward to this. So you think of any stream, you think of the, so if I think of mechanical engineers, dear friends, or the those who are like during this COVID, they were just put into their homes and doing the household. I would really prefer to have a robot who could clean my floors. I could really love to have a robot who can do the my lawns, you know, a sweeping robots. So all this is going to be a reality. Like we have the vacuum cleaners, but they're not intelligent. But again, we will have the intelligent robots which will do all these works for me. And if you see these, dear friends, these are the realities. These are the military robots which are going for the that, like, they've been applied for the defense purpose. So we need not to sacrifice human lives, which is so precious. So we have those machines which can think of it and go for this. And then civil engineers, they can just foresee how artificial intelligence is going to help them to design the buildings, the dams, the bridges, the human, the houses in which we live, how we are going to do this. For the electrical engineers, we are going to have a robots where when we are working on such a high voltage of kilowatts, where the human lives are always at stake. So we can go, this artificial intelligence will help us to remove such type of the fatalities. And as an electronics, I can go for, we are coming up with the e-skin. If somebody gets a burn on the skin, now it does not always have a scar on your skin. E-skin will be there. And we all know about the pacemakers. Now we have intelligent pacemakers. They will themselves see, they will themselves find out that what is the requirement of the heart where we are placed. So brain also, they are, you know, all the 3D printing of the organs. We will not be looking for the organ donors. We will have this as the part of the modules developed by the artificial intelligence. Healthcare, we'll have the eyes. So artificial eyes, artificial leg we already have, but then we will have those nose, eyes, and all those with the intuitive surgical lectures. So I think I've taken a lot of time just giving off half an hour. I've taken more. So I would like to summarize quickly that this education policy has is a actually is giving a surreal effect, and it is moving our Indian education system towards a new horizon, and we have to cover all these adversaries which we are facing right now, that may be because not only on the education but the technological backends which we require, the social problems which we have. So we have to embark on this journey, and we have to move on. And I would say by placing this NEP 20 on the records, at least the government has set the ball rolling. And now it is on us, on the teachers, on the societal persons like Sharma ji and Diman sir, which I daily on every Sunday, which I look forward to get up 9:30 honge, and I'll start listening to him. So this, the onus lies on us to make this NEP a very fruitful, a very, very strong foundation to bring our future generation to a different horizon. And with this artificial intelligence, we can move on, we can gallop on, not only move on, we can gallop towards a new horizon. So with this, I put uh, a semicolon. I would not say a full stop, but a semicolon to my talk. And if I have some questions, I'm ready for answering those queries also, if some of the participants have some queries about it.
Thank you, ma'am. This is the prestigious building of the
Yeah,
NITTTR Chandigarh.
yeah.
It's a beautiful campus. Your institution is very, very prestigious, and you all people are doing wonderful job over here. And today you have just given the thinking cap to everybody that how the artificial intelligence in future is taking shape, and how the new education policy and artificial intelligence. Ma'am, one question simply I would like to educate myself. I'm not asking from the,
It is,
but I'm asking on behalf of audience.
it is your
Now,
home, is that,
now, somebody who is from some different discipline,
yeah,
somebody who is from some other subject.
yes,
I'm taking my personal example. Let's take it from the tourism background.
right.
So, if I'm interested to learn at least the basics of artificial intelligence and to get into the whole thing, what do you feel that how much time does it take? What all people should learn? Because each one of us, now it has been conveyed that time has gone. When you were doing your graduation and masters, and you used to get one wristwatch, and you get a trophy, and you get a send-off party, and you get your pension, and you go away. You enjoyed the same career throughout the life.
That's true.
But now people are going to change 5 to 6 careers in one lifetime. That is the way the predictions are coming up in future. So thereby, what would you suggest? How much people should pick up learning basics of artificial intelligence, whether at home or at workplace or somewhere else, irrespective whatsoever job they are in, what they should learn minimum essential basic.
Yeah. Very rightly pointed out, sir, because this new education policy, as I told you, it is just removing all the barriers of the streams. That,
Yes.
like, if I am even if I'm doing my major in say psychology, I can do my minors in computer science. I can do my minors in music. Nobody can stop me to have learned the dance, right? So it is just crossing all the boundaries. But yes, artificial intelligence is going to percolate in every sphere. And that is very true, because you have to live in the system, you have to move on, you need to have the knowledge of this. So there are two perspectives. One is the getting to know the artificial intelligence, that how what is at the back end scientifically or technologically what is going on. So that will be related to the students or the person, those who are going into that system, that to develop the modules, to develop the instruments. And other thing is implementation, that how, or practical application. In fact, I would say, like now, even if we are using the mobile phone and Siri, we are just asking Siri, what is the temperature today, right? So we as a normal user, we are not bothered about how at the back end Siri is working, but we should know that how we are able to use these applications of AI, so that everyone learns. But for the inquisitive people like you, that okay, if Siri is asking me, then how he is going on, how he is doing the things, how he is getting my knowledge, my voice, how he is recognizing the voice, then some basic courses or some information about general artificial intelligence, that how we are trying to emulate the human intelligence into the machines. Actually, these are some basic courses of like for the inquisitive, that how, because those who are just doing the application part, those who are going to deal with it, that how we are the how we are going to design those robots, how we are going to develop those modules, that is a separate. Then we have to go for the entire courses, we have to spend more time, and more knowledge has to be gathered for those kind of study. But general, you can have the application part, and how we use it, that can be learned simply by getting some courses or some knowledge on the net.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. We can close the presentation, ma'am. We can close the presentation. It's so very kind of you. You covered it. And as an elder brother, I have got one more question before I wind up. You
Yes.
know, like a child, one should always be inquisitive to learn as much as possible. And today I have got an expert who is going to talk to us on artificial intelligence, future, everything. Ma'am, one more question.
Yes, sir.
This Elon Musk, when he is talking about that a kind of a chip they are planning to develop, which can be put somewhere at the back over here, and your intelligence will be passed on to someone else, and whatsoever you have picked up over the years, that will go to someone. Do you feel as on today that some research has been done on that, or is it really likely to become reality?
I don't think, no, sir. I don't think so. See, whatever the howsoever whatsoever the as the scientists or engineers, we are
Yeah.
still not able to get the everything of our human brain. We are not able to understand how our human brain. We know something, but we don't know everything.
हाँ,
अगर अगर हम इंटेलिजेंस पास कर दें पहले, तो आई वुड से कि पहले पेन पास करके बताओ मुझे. आई रियली समटाइम्स आई फील कि जो मुझे मेरे बच्चे को दर्द हो रहा है, कैन आई
हाँ,
फील कि उनको कितना दर्द हो रहा है, जस्ट फिजिकल पेन.
नहीं माँ को तो होता है, माँ को तो पता लग जाता है.
मैं कई बार सोचती हूँ सर, व्हेन आई टेल यू, दो चीजें, जब मैं व्हेन आई गॉट इनटू इंजीनियरिंग,
हाँ,
तब बहुत ज्यादा होता था इंजीनियर्स का, और बड़ा जोश होता था, शौक, अरे इंजीनियर बनने जा रहे हैं. सो
हाँ,
मुझे फर्स्ट क्लास में मेरे टीचर ने पूछा कि तुम इंजीनियर बन के क्या करना चाहते
हम्म,
हो. वो हमेशा यही क्वेश्चन होता, एंड वे बैक इन 1990. तो आई सेड मैं दो चीजें करना चाहती हूँ. एक तो कि मैं ऐसा कुछ बनाना चाहती हूँ कि अगर किसी और को, जो कोई और सोच रहा है या पेन फील कर रहा है, कुछ सोच रहा है, वो मुझे पता चल जाए. यू नो, दैट इज द सेम थिंग यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट.
हाँ जी.
तो आई डोंट नो व्हाट दैट माइट बी ऑन कार्ड्स. हम जिंदा रहते हैं तब तक तो नहीं, पता नहीं होगा कि नहीं, लेकिन हो सकता है. और सेकंड थिंग आई वांटेड कि मैं जैसे हम फोन से हमारी आवाज कहीं और पहुंच जाती है,
हाँ,
ऐसे ही एक डिवाइस हो
हाँ.
जिसमें मैं अपनी उंगली रखूं और मेरा क्लोन वहां जाके बन जाए, तो मैं जहां जाना चाहूं मैं वहां चली जाऊं. So I don't know, that maybe on that, and I every time I teach my students I tell this ताकि कभी वो चीज चलेगी कहीं.
हाँ,
So I don't know what Mr. Professor Musk is up to. I
हाँ,
don't know how will they be doing it, but maybe हो जाएगा कुछ ऐसा. तो फिर तो अच्छा है कि अगर जो ज्ञानी ध्यानी लोग हैं उनकी नॉलेज सारी डिजिटाइज होके सब जगह रहती रहेगी और एक के और पास ऑन हो जाएगा.
on the lighter side, as the elder brother, I would say कि जो आपने सेकंड पार्ट बोला ना, तो आप तो हमारा टूरिज्म वालों का सारा काम धंधा ही बंद कर देगी। आपने कहा कि आप उंगली रखिए और आप वहां पहुंच जाए, तो टूरिज्म वाले तो ड्रीम मर्चेंट्स हैं, वो बेचारों की तो दुकान ही बंद हो जाएगी वैसे।
तो ज्यादा हो जाएगा, मैं यहाँ बैठ के वहां पहुंच।
So travel agents, tour operator, tourist transporters, everybody they would say हमारा एयरक्राफ्ट भी मैम ने यूज नहीं किया, हमारी रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट भी यूज नहीं किया, मैम सीधा वहीं पहुंच गए। So that is there perfectly. We can go on to that. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thanks for coming. Thanks for sparing your valuable time. It was very enriching. It was very enlightening, and your slides particularly, they made the subject so interesting and simple. I think everybody got it the best possible way. Thanks for coming. God bless you. And keep giving us your patronage and keep giving us your valuable input from time to time.
It's my privilege that you invited me to such a platform. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a great future with artificial intelligence and with Dr. Meenakshi Sood, ma'am. We will keep learning from her from